Queens, kings, and everything in between. Welcome to Light Talk Podcast. Hey y'all, we back at it again. I got Miss Dimples here. She's actually literally doing my hair right now. Like, you know, we like to multitask. I'm trying to get my hair did and film. Like, it's a wonderful thing. And then again, welcome back, Mr. Hemp. Sir Hemp. Welcome back.
Thank you. Get it right.
What? We can't hear you over here mumbling and shit. You over here mumbling like a mumble rapper.
I said thank you, but get it right.
Oh, okay. I'll get it right when I feel like it.
Start with the shenanigans.
I'll make sure you get it right.
Huh?
I'll make sure you get it right.
Oh, we'll see. So, what's up, y'all? How we feeling? How's your mental, baby? How's your mental?
Rough.
What's going on, boo?
A lot of shit. That's all I'm gonna say. But we working through it. You know, just dealing with a lot of stuff, a lot of personal stuff. You know.
What's her name? I'll kill her.
Dirty D.
Dirty Diane.
I was gonna try not to do it.
Look, you can't not. You can't not.
Annie, are you okay?
Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? But
you've been hit by.
Well, I mean, other than that, you know, everything's been good. You know, I have other things in my personal life that's making everything a whole lot better. So can't complain.
What's her name? I'll kill her.
You're in love now. They're in love, guys.
Yeah, you in love. I'm so happy for you. Miss Dimple, since you over here airing out business today and braiding hair, what's up, boo?
Living, man. Living the dream. Working hard.
Not the white people answer, not living the dream.
I was sarcasm. I'm definitely not living the dream. But, you know, life is good.
But can we talk about how whenever you ask a light bright, a pink meat person, especially like a middle-aged one, hey, how's it going? Living the dream.
Yep.
I bet y'all bet.
Still here. Living the dream.
Look,
this is your dream. It's a nightmare for me. Okay.
That good old American dream.
Hit him with that. What's from American Idol? It's a no for me, dog.
It's a no for me. It's a no.
I'm gonna have to say no.
Yeah. This gonna be. Look, I'm gonna hit you with the Paula Abdul.
That's funny.
But yeah. So someone brought up an interesting topic the other day, and it was like, let's talk about it on the podcast. So you know, it's not October, but let's talk about some death. Dun dun dun.
Some death, like.
Well, just like death in general. I think life is, you know, a thing, and I feel like I don't know. I definitely contemplate death and like what that's gonna look like for me, and like how I want to die, and like one of my biggest things, I don't want to die alone. That's a big fear for me. I'm not trying to die alone. I'm not trying to be like in some random hospital with people I don't know, just with nobody around me like that gives a fuck about me, telling me bye or like hold my hand or the shits. Like I want a nigga crying over me while I'm dying.
I can relate to that. I definitely, that has always been my number one fear about dying. It's like dying old and alone. And like, I know people, you know, would mourn for me, so to speak, but it's kind of like there's a difference between like people being sad that you're dying and being like Whoopi Goldberg and Waiting to Exhale. You know what I'm saying? Like she was in the hospital by herself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's not what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, and like don't get me wrong, I don't mind having a funeral, all that stuff, but for me it's like the actual, I'm talking about when I'm literally taking my last breath. If I'm by myself, like that is going to be the worst thing ever, just for me. Like I just couldn't do it.
I don't know.
You don't have choice. You
nah,
can't
bitch,
do it.
I'm gonna be like,
you dying.
No, I'm like, give me the stuff. Give me the stuff, doctor.
Die. You ain't got a
Doctor,
choice.
I need the stuff. I need you to zip zap and do top and get the shit together because we're not doing this today. Call my mama. Call somebody.
You know, in some countries, actually, it is legal.
So what?
Suicide is legal.
Well, that part.
And there are people that actually do choose to do that, and they do not have like any physical ailments, but it's like they're mental.
Especially
And-
once you reach a certain age, they're like, I don't want to be a burden on my family anymore, stuff like that. Like, I get it.
Well,
I just don't want to die in no fucked up way for no fucked up reason.
well, that you can't really control.
Yeah. As we
Like-
see from your predicament, like, you could have easily.
I mean, my dad died in a fucked up way.
Yeah, like, it could have been much worse.
Couldn't control that at 23 years old. You know,
Yeah.
I really think you would have chosen to die in a fiery car crash on a motorcycle at 23 with a 9-month-old kid and a fiance at home? No. But that's just kind of the way it went down,
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, but that's like my only thing about it.
You
'cause-
don't, like, you wouldn't want that happening.
Yeah, like, cause I mean, for me, it's just like once I'm gone, like, it is what it is. Like the people that know me for who I am and like the type of person, the type of things I did, like, if they are who I think they are, then it's gonna be no question that people gonna come together, have fun, and joke about what the type of stuff I would have said and things like that,
You know how when the funerals like they do in New Orleans, when they like prop you up with a cigar in your mouth?
Oh,
Have
no.
you seen that?
Yeah, that's
No.
just wild.
Weird.
Nah, if anything,
Like, come on, let up a mic.
I want my homies to cremate me
They gonna
and
roll a
try to
blunt,
fucking
dude.
try to plant me. Like that's for real.
You know, so they gonna roll a blunt. Like, but what are you gonna say? What are you
I
gonna
mean,
say?
because
Predictable.
like I'm with you. I'm like I ain't trying to spend like $1,000 to decay in a box. Like fuck that. Like
Yeah, I
Like,
don't
but-
even understand the purpose of that. Like, I just
money,
I've
money,
gotten
money, money,
to a place-
money.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but I've gotten to a place in my life where, like, I really, like, when my grandmother passed, we did a really basic funeral for her. It was
Mhm.
nice, but it was really, like, really simple because that was the kind of person that she was. She was a very simple person. So it wasn't, we didn't do all these big grandiose things, you know? Like, now that I think about it, and, in the profession that I'm in, you have exposure to death all the time. And my perception on death and dying and what I want my last wishes to be is totally different now than it was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And frankly, 5 years ago. Like, 5 years ago, I was like, I want you to try all the things and fuck all that. Like, not to be rude, but seriously. Like, I don't want a bunch of heroic measures. Just let me go.
But I will say, like, you're talking about you don't want to die a sense of sense. I definitely want to die. If I'm going to die, especially at a young age, it needs to be extravagant. Like, I'm trying to have an extravagant death. Like, something,
It's an extravagant death.
like something just wild. Just like armored truck full of diamonds ran over a person and exploded. And
What
just,
kind of
Like
shit?
some, what's that movie about people that are just like all the people that are like avoiding their fate, but they end up dying anyway?
Final
Yeah, like-
Final
Destination?
Destination.
yeah, like, I want some wild, just extravagant. I don't want no regular. She had, she
Like,
died of,
I
she
don't-
choked on a peanut. Nah.
I'm
Nah.
not trying to die like Mama Cass from the Mamas of the Apocalypse.
Yeah, I'm not-
She literally died choking on a ham sandwich.
Yeah, like, I'm trying to have a
I-
whole.
I want like a movie style, like
That's what I'm
death,
saying.
Like not no. You
You
asking asking for a plain death. You want to get ran over by a diamond truck just to say you got ran over by diamonds. Okay, cool.
That's because you're like extra.
Exactly. Like,
Like-
again, another way I would love to go out. Again, I've had to put myself in a position like, give me the Scarface. Like, I'm on a die on a hill. Say hello to my little friends.
See,
I want that moment. I want to have a moment.
I don't want that moment because Scarface got shot in the back, and a lot of them people that he was trying to kill still live.
Yeah,
If you shoot me,
that's true.
the only satisfaction I can go to the underworld with
Is
is
I
to
kill
make
your ass.
sure that you come with me. Because if we both end
Oh,
up
we
in the
scratching
same
for
place,
eternity.
oh, this is forever. This is forever. And ain't no guns in hell. So guess what? All them people that like to shoot and shit, guess what? When you fuck around and go into the afterlife and you gotta see that same motherfucker that you shot because he was shooting motherfuckers and now y'all both gotta figure out how to fight, I already know how. Bring that ass here.
I don't even like.
I know that was crazy, but still.
But what about you? How you trying to die?
I don't care.
I just
Like, in all seriousness, I really don't care. Like, it's not. I don't think people understand. Like, that's the thing people don't understand about me. Like, that is not relevant
Mhm.
for me. The only reason why I feel like my life has significance at this point
Mhm.
is because there are people in my life that I care about that I know would be devastated if I died. You know what I mean? Like, other than that, like, I could fucking care less if I died tomorrow. Like, it's not important to me.
I don't know. This goes back to like I definitely have had some moments where, like, yes, I'm feeling suicidal in that, but it's like, I wouldn't say I, like, press on for other people. I think at the end of the day, I'm selfish, and I'm like, nah, I'm not about to give anybody the satisfaction of ending my own life, because them bitches is hating, those people that were, you know, hoping and I fail. Nah, fuck all y'all.
I see. For me,
I'm about to sit here and exist.
Completely the opposite. It's literally for others and for the fact that, like, I'm too scared it wouldn't work. Like, it would be just my luck that I'd be that dumbass that decided I'm gonna shoot myself in the face, and like now I've got half a face and I'm on a ventilator. Like, I'm not trying to be funny,
No.
but this happens to people.
I get
like,
that.
Legitimately, like no bullshit. God's honest truth. When I have those moments of like, I should just end it all, I'm like really depressed and down and all the things, like, literally the only thing that keeps me pushing and pumping forward every day is the fact that I know
You can fail.
that,
You can fail.
It's what happens if I fail. It's okay, so if I decide to take some pills today and it doesn't work, now I go to the hospital, they pump my stomach, I miss time at work, I still gotta pay these bills, like I might lose my nurse, like all the things, right? All the spiral that comes with that. And then, like, what about my family? What about my little sister who I know loves me to fucking pieces? What about my mom who she got her issues, but I know my mom loves me to pieces? Like, you know what I'm saying? What about y'all? Like, I've developed really close friendships with you guys. How would you guys be affected if
I'm sorry.
I'm talking shit.
Look, you might talk shit.
I'm gonna
but-
check on you. Hold on, don't get it twisted.
But
I'm gonna check on you every day. But I would every day talk shit because you could have called me.
But that's my point but here's the thing, if I succeeded though, right? If I were to succeed, what I'm ultimately getting at is if I were to succeed in doing something like that, I know for a fact.
Then I'm coming to the
you
funeral
would
talking
be-
shit crying.
Well, yes, but
You're better than me.
You would be deeply affected. You would be deeply affected.
Bitch, I will walk up to
My
your
family
casket.
would be yeah, yo, give me
You
that eye
let
turner.
me fucking
Yo, give me that eye turner.
Yeah.
Eye turner talk.
wake your ass up.
I told you.
Hey, one final time I'm gonna get right this. Motherfucker, goddamn, get your ass up.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like,
Look,
you know what I mean? Like,
I'm gonna put what movie we was watching with the dude pretended to die? Red.
Yes.
I'm gonna pull a pin off your dress and I'm gonna wake your ass up. Wake your ass up.
well, if I'm really dead, then I ain't waking up. So sorry.
I'm alright.
But I'm definitely not coming back to haunt you because I'm not worried about none of this bullshit. I'm gone. But I guess at the end of the day, not trying to make the podcast take a morbid turn, but what I'm saying is, for me,
I mean, it's literally a morbid topic. So.
Yes, but I guess what I'm ultimately getting at, bottom line is, I don't care how I go out. Like, that's not relevant to me.
Mm-hmm.
What's ultimately, like, for me is just, I think about the people that would be affected by my death.
Or I'm coming to haunt you. While I'm living, I'm gonna come get your ass. I'm gonna do a whole seance, bitch. Really?
I'm not.
I'm gonna get you a Ouija board out just like.
And I'm gonna be like,
Wagging bitch.
I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna be like Elijah in the Bible when Solomon came and summoned him. He was like, "Why did you disturb me? Why did you disturb me?"
Bitch, cause you left me.
You disturbed me first. You started this.
I'm just saying, like, that's. I'm
Look,
like,
we
why
could have
you
been
disturbing
talking
me?
on the phone, but since you want to go to the other
I
side,
don't wanna
talk
on
through the
phone
board.
right now. That's why I'm like, I don't want to talk on the phone right now.
Well, you talking through
You
this
know?
Ouija board now, bitch. I'm gonna message you everyone. You good?
You do that anyway. What do you mean?
No, what I'm saying.
And if
I'm
I
like,
don't, and
Hey,
listen,
help me get free rent.
and listen, and if I don't answer the phone, you better believe I'm getting a phone call or a text. How will you get up? You good? You okay over there? Like, every day.
because I care about
Every day.
you.
No, I know. I'm just saying. Like, yes.
But don't get me wrong. Let the person I'm dating not text me in the morning. I would have a whole attitude. A whole fucking attitude. Like, I would be pissed.
Not necessarily.
Because it's not that because I'm like, I'm not expected. It's like, this is something that is tradition and you have started this as a behavior.
Okay, yeah. If you
And then
started
you-
that as a thing.
And it's been a thing. It's been a thing for the last, I don't know, year and a half. And you forget to text me one day, it's a problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, what you doing over there?
Yeah, what's her name?
Yeah. What is her? Are
Wow.
you better be dead, sick, or dying?
What
Like,
if I overslept?
I don't give a fuck if y'all niggas overslept.
so here's the thing. If
Who
you,
is y'all?
But here's the thing: if you overslept, that's fine. But as soon as
You
you,
better
wake
be-
up, I need to. Oh damn! I overslept. My bad, babe. How's your day?
You're better than me because I'm
Like-
like, you better be asleep when I get there.
Oh no, I'm not that serious.
If I have the time and availability to go check on your ass, oh yeah, best believe it. It's a Saturday or and you ain't text me, and it's like 1 p.m. I'm rolling up. You better be dead.
Oh, I'm good. For
You
that.
better be dead.
I'm good for that. Like, but at the same time, I also sleep like the whole day. So, there's that.
So okay, so we talked about like how you want to die and the things. What do you want done with your body afterwards?
I personally would like to be cremated.
Okay,
I just don't.
but what you
I
want
don't-
done with the ashes?
I don't care.
Oh no. Again, I'm extra. I need a whole. It's about to be a
I
whole list.
honestly really don't care. Only because it is my belief. Like anybody that knows me knows that I'm a Christian, right? So I'm a firm believer in that concept of to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. So I believe that once you left this body behind, it's a vessel. It's nothing. I'm not in this body. I'm not here. And quite frankly, once I move on to heaven, I'm not concerned about what's going on down here. Like that's not.
You're not gonna be checking on me, bitch. You doing good down there, bitch? Oh, you fucking
I
up, bitch.
might look down on you, just let me check in, see if she good. But like realistically speaking, I don't care. Like this is nothing to me. This is not what I'm worried about. So I don't care what you do. Like I told my mom all the time, you could strap some fucking cinder blocks to my ankles and drop me in the middle of the motherfucking ocean. I don't give a fuck. Like I'm not in this body. It's not relevant to me. You could burn all this shit in this house. I don't fucking care. It's stuff.
I think you're care in the moment.
Huh?
I think you'd care in the moment.
No, she's saying after she's dead, baby.
I get
No.
that. I'm just saying, like,
But no.
no, I'm just saying, I you care because, like, as much as the shit you talking, you ain't gonna be able to talk that shit while you singing. I mean, you could, but you gonna be because you gonna be.
All right, about Mr. Sirhip, how you trying to?
I mean,
What you want done with your body?
look, I already
He
said,
want
look,
one of the Louisiana funerals. He want to be propped up with a blunt in his hand, like.
I promise you,
like,
if any-
like we know him to look. Like,
if anybody was to do
This
that
is
to
the
my
only
body, I
person-
promise you, everybody that go to that funeral is getting haunted.
I
And look, I will go
be
recruit
honest.
other people on the other side to hunt the people that I don't
I
truly
just
care to
want- I
hunt.
just want to tell you right now. I'm telling you both. I'm looking you square in the eye. I'm fully advocating for that. Fully advocating. I'd be like, God, you gotta do it though. You're the only person I know that I feel like that would be so fitting for. Like, but it's because like we know you. Like,
Look,
I feel like
See, that's not what I'm thinking. I'm like, this nigga gonna have a nice casket, but he's like, I want a naked bitch on
She
there
go-
with
she go-
weed on the titties.
He gonna bury you in a purple suit with some gators.
I want to
No, it's
be
not gonna be.
cremated,
It's gotta be a hemp print suit, just weed all over the suit.
Oh,
made
man.
out of hemp.
with some gators. You gotta give me some gators, and I'll style your locks for you.
But nah, I really honestly, I want to be cremated, and I wanted somebody to put my ashes in the soil and grow some and a strand and name it after me. Like for real, like because it's
True,
like
true
the
name.
thing. I mean, but think about this.
You want to bring
Most-
other people happiness for the rest of their lives?
I will also. It's just like if you think about it, most strands like have names. Either they connect them to a person that it may kind of remind them of it. Maybe it's personal, somebody. But like my name, Sir Hemp, it has some different meanings and different stuff. So it's just one of those things. That's like I'll forever be here helping people somehow, some way.
I mean, that's nice. I'm extra. Y'all know I'm extra.
And then if I can be like how high and come back like Ivory,
So for me,
that'd be it.
I definitely want to be cremated. I'm on the cremation, but like y'all about to see, I'm like, I want to be put into. I want to be put into blown glass crystal figures, and they need to be handed out to people I care about.
Okay.
blown. So I gotta put the ashes in.
Well, not you. You would take them to Venice. Yes, we're getting professionally done blown glass. Take them to Venice. Take your, whoever it is, take a little trip to Venice. Go to the glass, section of Venice. Be like, hey, like I have a special request And I want trinkets made, and they don't even have to all be the same. Like if we have money. If I have money, it's about to be like I want specific trinkets made for specific people. Like,
What's my name? What's my trinket?
I don't know. Like again, hopefully I'm not dying anytime soon. But like, I don't know.
I don't know what my trinket is.
Well, his would be like a little hemp leaf. Clearly, yours, I don't know. You have so many things that you like. You know what? You know what I would make yours? A figure of a black woman. Because you like black, you have a lot of black art in it, which is, again, but that would still be a piece of me that's just like, yes, but it's also, it's art, it's beautiful, it's crystal, it's beautiful. Look at me. You see me? I definitely I want the extraness, like, I want crystal figures. And it's like, okay, if I don't have a lot of money, but I have money, I got a little money, you don't have to go to Venice. There's, people that make glass here. But I would just want, like, little necklaces or something made. That way, again, it's not just, oh, you're like, I don't want to be sitting on somebody's fucking sofa and they little 4-year-old knock me over and then you got to get the Hoover vacuum out and vacuum up your auntie.
Shut up, y'all badass kids. Y'all badass kids.
Nah.
So pick your daddy up off the floor.
Your daddy, goddamn.
Pick up Papa.
I ain't want them up in the ashes. No way, it's fine. I told y'all like
if even if I was in an urn and sitting on the cabin, somebody knocked me over and I heard them talk shit, look, all you'll see is the ash. Well, you could have gave it to somebody else. Go dump my ashes somewhere else. I ain't want to sit up here listening to you, boy.
That would be my other thing I would want done with my remains is I would, again, still want to get cremated, but then like take me somewhere special, either somewhere that I had a special connection with you, especially if it's just like one person doing it, but also just a special place. Like I'm not gonna make you climb Mount Everest, but like go to the ocean, which apparently that's bad for the environment. Don't do that.
Whatever. We going to the beach, bitch.
I was about to say something, but it was gonna be.
You're not smoking my ashes.
No, I was gonna say. I was gonna say the motherfuckers didn't think about that when people were jumping overboard when they were bringing the people from across the water.
That's the truth.
I mean, yeah.
That part.
Because freedom, whatever he said in the
Let freedom ring.
Whatever Black Panther's cousin said,
Bear me in the sea with my ancestors that knew that death was better than bondage.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like those are the things I would want done. I just want to be, have a moment. Because again, I'm extra. So, okay, what happened? Like, what are the funeral plans like? Because again, I don't want no regular like sad. Like, I don't want people crying. Like, we having a whole party. I know you don't, but the rest of us that are mourning, like, I want a whole party. I'm like, I want shots given out at the door.
Wow.
Like no, because I don't want people sad and crying because that's not the person I was, and I don't ever want to be.
What are we talking about? Not drinking while you sad earlier?
I'm not saying we get fucked up, but like have shots. I kind of like, y'all, this sounds so terrible. I kind of want to get roasted at my funeral. Like, you know what
I would do that for you.
Yeah, like,
sorry. I would do that for you though.
Like, just have different people. Like, I want whoever wants to come up and just make a joke or like, again, get people laughing and shit. Like, because have y'all seen those like really departed things on Amazon? They just bring up different topics and talk shit about the year and how shitty it was, and then they put that urn away. I'm trying to have that done.
I could see that.
But again, I want it to be a joyful event. I don't want people crying because I've been to so many funerals. Like, especially being a preacher's kid, oh my God, like, nigga, everybody dying right now? Fuck, can we? And it's like, you go and, you got that one, the widower or widow, whatever, like, just up there, woe is me. And don't get me wrong, I want you to be sad, but I don't want you to be sad and, like, throwing your back out and throwing your head on the floor and somebody gets off the floor. It just be a lot. And so I'd rather have a fun funeral where it's like, let us celebrate the life. That's what I'm like. I don't want anybody mourning. I want you to celebrate the life.
It's funny. The last couple of days, I've been watching. There are a couple of series on Netflix. The Casketeers is one of them, and it's about a family that has a funeral home in I want to say New Zealand, and they're actually like they're what they call Maori, and they're Samoans, and Islanders, right? And so of course their burial processes are very different, but. I was watching that one. There's another series called Buried by the something or others on Netflix. Now, you watch these things, right? It's thought provoking. Like, what would I want, or how would I want people to do things? And like, when I really think about it, I'm going, I don't honestly know that I would want a funeral Maybe
What
a
would you
memorial. Maybe a memorial service.
Like a small,
Like a very small memorial service. But
What's up? What up, my homie?
I mean, yeah, and like
Just I'm gonna bury you with a bottle of tequila.
Listen,
Soak your ashes in tequila.
Listen, I'm totally okay with that. But like, I would honestly, I think I would want like a small memorial service, not a big funeral. Like, I don't want a bunch of people like crying and all the things, because people that I actually really give a shit about, I talk to on a regular basis.
So yeah.
So it's not really like they would have that time to do all the mourning the things beforehand, unless I like randomly die suddenly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna be doing. I'll be in the hospital.
Like, but I'm saying, like, I don't want all of that extra grandiose things.
Mm-hmm.
And if anything, that same money that you was gonna spend on a funeral, that $10,000 or whatever, put it toward a good cause. Put it toward an orphanage somewhere. Put it toward somebody's, small birthing center or labor and delivery clinic.
Something that you would have done for.
That's something that
important to you.
is important to me, right?
Well,
so,
hopefully you'll have your own foundation by then, and I can just support you there.
Hopefully.
Blessings.
But at the end of the day, I'm just saying, like, I don't want people wasting. I feel like death is it's a huge money maker for people, and I get it. Like, for a lot of people, that's their bread and butter, and that's fine. But what I'm saying is, I don't want people making money off of me. I don't want you spending tens of thousands of dollars to put me in the ground. Like, it's silly. I have loved ones that I love to pieces. My grandparents, both of them died, like, 7-8 years ago, a little longer than that for one. And I've never been to either of their grave sites. And you know why? Because it doesn't do me any good to stand there and talk to a marker in the ground. Those people, I love them and cherish them and had good memories and relationships with them while they were here on the earth. So while it's sad that they're not here, it does me no good for me to go stand there at a grave marker and be like...
I mean, I get that, but I mean, at least for me, like, I don't particularly care for a plot. My kid, I not probably tell my whoever's gonna actually be around to what to do and stuff like that, but I still definitely go to my sister's spot when I can. I haven't been there in a minute, and that's just because all the way back home, and I still go out there to go see her and then my stepdad too.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, like, the people that have died, like, in my family, not that I don't care about them, it's just I didn't have that close a connection. But, like, when my grandmother dies, like, I will probably be going to go visit her, probably the same amount I visit her now, like, once a month, if I can, like, just to, again, not to, be there and do all the crying and stuff, but just to, like, make sure the flowers are good, just, check on her.
yeah, that's the main reason why we go out there, and we haven't even had a chance to go out there in a minute. But I definitely get what you're saying.
So yeah, that's for me. But like, yeah, I don't. That's why I'm like, I'd rather be in the long glass crystal figurines.
You make my little tea bottle.
You're a mess. I'm making a flask. We're drinking forever together, sis.
With an A embossed on it.
There's just like, I'm petty. I'm very petty. If I don't like you and you had shit to talk while I was breathing, bet not show up. Bet not. You bet not. Because I'm fuck you up. Like, I'm going to wake up out the casket. Not even the casket, because I said I want to get creepy. I'm going to come out from the ashes. I'm going to reanimate. Okay? Call me the goddamn Sandman. I'm going to come up and I'm going to fuck you up. I'm not doing the shits. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Y'all look at me like I'm wrong.
I ain't saying nothing at all. Quite frankly, you shouldn't be at my funeral if I don't fuck with you. Simply why? Because you should know I don't fuck with you.
But my thing is, it's the main people to be talking shit and acting a certain type of way to be showing up at the funeral, and be like, oh my god, bitch.
I'll put it like this: if somebody that I truly did not fuck with tried to do that at my funeral, I promise you, I'll probably pop up out my casket laughing, because I'm pretty sure my homies will stomp that person down at my funeral and be like, this is for you. And I will proudly climb back in my body to witness that.
I think my people would just look at them sideways.
Well, I mean, I brought it up with my mom because we were watching Pose, and like there's a scene where a character dies and her parents show up, and her parents are very much like, you are not my son and all the shit. I'm like, I started crying. She's like, what's wrong? I was like, I just think about if I die young and like my dad shows up, I would feel so. My mom was like, oh, he wouldn't be in there.
Do you honestly think you would be worried about what you're feeling at that point? Like,
I'm dead, so obviously not. But like,
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think we spend so much time, not to get like philosophical, but seriously, I feel like we spend, as people, we spend so much time focusing on those kind of things. And it's like, when you're dead, you're dead. Like, you're not worrying about all this little petty bullshit. Like,
yeah, but again, like I said, it goes back to the people that are there mourning. Like, I don't want you to come. And like, I literally told my mom's like, oh, don't worry about that. I would make sure security was there. I wish he fucking would. And my dad is the type of person that's going to show up and be like, well, I did all I could and look where we are. Especially like if I had died of like, you know, God forbid, if like I got attacked or some shit. Like, my dad would be there like, well, I did everything I can. I was praying for you and, you know, you still my son at the end. Like, all the bullshit. And I mean, I just would... My dad is the type of person, he's going to turn this shit into pop and circumstance. He's going to get up there and try to give a whole eulogy and this nigga ain't talked to me in 6-7 years.
Yeah.
And like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that is kind of one of my biggest things, and it goes back to, if you ain't called me, texting me, make sure I was fucking breathing, or you spend a majority of your time talking shit about me, do not show up to my funeral.
I get that.
Again, I will climb up out the fucking ashtray. The fuck, I will fuck you up.
Like I said, I would hope, and I think that most likely, like, my sister would be the one around making those kind of arrangements, right?
Mm-hmm.
And knowing what I know about my sister and my best friend, if my best friend was around, I ain't got to worry about that.
Well, yeah, and
my best friend will be like, take your retarded ass out, bitch. No,
that's like my homeboy. That's
that shit up out of here. Because that's just not the kind of person she is. Like, she doesn't suffer fools. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's like, I meet you with the same energy you meeting me with. And, nigga, we know she wasn't fucking with you in real life. Get that bullshit up out of here.
Yeah. And I can tell you, like, between you, my other best friend, and my mama, what the fuck?
You know,
that bitch should be on fire before he got in that room.
We gonna politely have to ask you to leave, sir.
And then if not, there's a cold crazy nigga who is already upset and mourning right now that will come fuck you up just because he mad.
I can see that.
Yo,
I can see that.
The nigga just on the whole car today.
I can see that.
Side note, y'all.
Yes.
Side note. Let's talk about it. Just this is totally off topic.
We'll forever be.
But someone almost died today.
Like, we'll forever.
We're talking about death. A bitch almost died. Y'all, we went to get some chicken. We hungry. You know, I had to throw a beating on because my hair not done yet. And we was at the Cane's. We was getting the chicken strips.
Hold on. Let's make sure that we let them know that the same mental decision that we had to come to.
You gotta let me get there. You gonna let me get there?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're not gonna let me get there? Okay.
No, go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Oh, so thankful. So, anyways, we pull out to the Cane's. It's late. And there's a line, and the way that Cane's is set up, like, the line was kind of wrapped around, and we had a choice to make. We could be raggedy bitches and skirt up in that line, or we can be good people and just go to the back of the line. And we chose to go to the back of the line. We was like, nah, because the person driving, Miss Dimples, was like, nah, that would be fucked up, but I wouldn't want anybody doing that to me. Y'all, tell me why we get to where it's like we trying to get to the sitch, and this raggedy bitch pulls up in her car. And we were trying to be polite and be like, oh, the line's back there, whatever. You know, the bitch keeps pulling forward and keeps pulling forward. And I'm like, oh, we doing the shits. Dimples. And again, we decided we're going to be good Christians and not do that. But Dimples, like, rolled her window down. It was trying to tell the bitch, like, nah, the line's over there, back the fuck up. You better not hit my car. Tell me why Sir Hemp was out of the car.
I didn't even know what was happening.
That nigga was the Flash.
A blur of gray smoke walking around in front of my car.
The Flash was like, nope.
He was like, nah, and was gonna stand there. He like, no, I'm gonna make sure.
Stand there.
Like, and did stood right there.
It's as simple as this. It's the same thing that everybody gotta go through in life. Just like death, everybody is faced with decisions, and it's always showing like, what you gonna do? Are you gonna make the right decision even if ain't nobody looking? Or are you gonna be a dick? Motherfucker try to be a dick, so one got shoved in their motherfucking face.
Wait a minute.
I mean, you know, that's a way to put it.
Yeah, like, Phrasing, okay?
Hey.
Phrasing.
I've been called a dick. I've been called an asshole. However you want to look at it. At least I'm fair about my shit because I'm not just gonna be disrespectful about it unless you deserve this shit.
Yeah. But no, I'm just like, look, there was an instance where somebody almost died, and you know, this shit happened. I was like, oh, we. But again, somebody was like the fucking Negro Flash out the car.
He was. Oh, I literally was like, it just happened so fast. I was like, oh, okay.
Like, Dimples was rolling down her window to tell them, and the nigga was already in front of the car. I'm like, what? Wait a minute. The fuck?
What's happening right now?
Like, okay, Flash Gordon, get your ass back in the car.
I mean, I'm not mad. Like, you gotta appreciate it, but still, it's just like.
I mean,
hey.
cause look, I put it like this. Even when she rolling down your window, she had already gave
Started
the
the shit.
impression that she wasn't trying to care. She was just gonna be like, "Oh, they'll be all right." No, I ain't got time for that, bro.
I'm hungry. I want my chicken.
It ain't even just that. It's just
It was a principle.
treat people
Especially because we just decided
that we just
not to be those bitches.
We had the same dilemma. Literally, they were in the same spot we were in. So basically, that's basically telling me you would decide if we were just standing in line and I'm not looking, you would just say fuck me and try to cut me in line. Man, no, fuck that. Them type of people need to learn that. Look, it's people that's gonna show you there's consequences to your motherfucking actions. Isn't as simple as that? So
I just
treat
thought
people
the
the way
shit
you
was
want to be
funny.
treated, or death can come meet you.
Not
real soon.
death. Back on topic of death. Like, I don't know, for me, like I said earlier, like, I've never really lost anybody that was like, oh my god, I'm just mourning. Thankfully, like, yes, I've been to funerals and yes, people have died, but it's all been like, I didn't really fuck with you like that, or like, it was a family member, or like, my dad's brother was
But
like,
you weren't close enough to them where you were like,
I'm not falling out.
Yeah.
And, you know, showing up. Y'all, I went to somebody's funeral though. Their whole wife showed up and like, looking like the first lady. I'm like, bruh, why you got on a glitter outfit and a big ass hat and doing the fucking extra mostest? Like, bitch, could you afford the funeral with this outfit you got on? The fuck? Like, it was a lot. But like, again, I've never just lost anybody that's like, oh my god, this person meant the world to me. So it was like, I don't know. I don't think I know how to mourn because I have never had to mourn something that was like actually gone. I've mourned people that I cut out of my life, but like they weren't dead.
Yeah, I can't say the same. I've lost my sister when I was 3, a month before my 4th birthday. My younger sister. And then I lost my best friend, who was also my stepdad, my freshman year in college.
Like, but like, do you mind sharing like what happened? How did you deal with the shits?
I mean, like with my sister, I didn't really know too much. Like I got the gist of like she was sick, she had meningitis, and pretty much it had reached her brain, and they told my folks, you know, she could live, but she'd be a vegetable on the machines. Now the thing about it is, like, I got all these details as I got older and talked to my moms, but in the actual situation, all I knew is they had me in a room playing, you know, Duck Hunt on Nintendo. I tried to change the game, but as a little kid, you know, I fucked something up, so I'm looking for adults. I would go outside, my aunts and everybody looking all sad in the lobby. I go to the next room, I peek in, I see my dad with his head in his hands, my mom like us. I ain't never seen my daddy cry. I had never, ever. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. They brought me in and it was just like, say goodbye to your sister. I'm like, where's she going?
Yeah.
And then, you know, it hit me. Because, I mean, even at 3, like, my folks, they pretty much introduced me to a lot of stuff, like, not just like, here you go, here's life, shit like that, but it's just like, when shit happened, they would sit down and explain it to me, like, you know, like I was wrong.
They didn't coddle you.
So, for me, like, I got up there and I literally said goodbye to my sister before they pulled the plug, because that was going to be the only way that she lived. And, I mean, until I turned 13, I held her death on my conscience as my fault.
Why?
Because I was her big brother.
And I
can understand.
yeah.
Like, all I knew is I was her big brother and I was supposed to protect her, and I did it. Even though, like, there was nothing I could do.
Yeah.
It's still the fact that I was supposed to and I couldn't.
I get that.
With my stepdad, that's I have a song about that one, but I'll tell you, it's just pretty much. I had went to college. Um, my stepdad, he was like 11 years older than me. I only bring that up because he got kicked out of high school because he beat up his drill sergeant. You know, crazy things. But I only say that because when he met my mom, you know, he was still kind of dealing with that, and she helped work to, you know, so he can get his GED. And we were, you know, kind of making plans. Just like I was in college, like a few hours away from home, and he was like, "Hey, after I get this, we'll both go to, you know, apply to Grambling. We'll both go out for the football team. You know, just that motivation." Like we literally had, you know, and we had these plans, and it was just one night he just decided to call me. We talked for like 5 minutes, and my girlfriend at the time came in, and we, you know, she started fucking with me, and I'm just like, "Yo, I'm gonna call you back tomorrow." Literally 24 hours from the time that I told that man that, my mama called me back and said that she found him dead on my bed at home.
Did anything happen?
According to the medical records, or what I was told, is that he supposedly overdosed on water pills.
On what pills?
Water pills. Pills that's supposed to help reduce the fluid in like your knees and shit like that.
Oh shit, that's fucked up.
So my mom literally woke up in the middle of the night, found him downstairs, like laid out on my bed, because like in my apartments, is you got upstairs, downstairs. My room was downstairs, had an air conditioner. My mom doesn't like it cold. My stepdad does, and he worked overnight, so he would always like, you know, take a shower, you know, and stuff like that, get ready, and then like take a quick nap in my room, because I keep my AC on 60. His alarm go off, you know what I'm saying? He wake up, he head out. Cool. So, but I'm already in college, so I'm not at the house when this happens. So that's the only reason I wasn't even in the room to like probably be the first person to find him. But like that's literally my best friend. And 24 hours from the last time I talked to him, me deciding to go fuck and get some head and all that shit really cut short the time that last time I had to talk to my best friend.
I mean, I get that. I mean, that's kind of similarly to, you know, the story that I had shared with y'all before the podcast. My friend died less than 24 hours after we spoke. Like, we were sitting there chatting back and forth, making plans to go out to the club. And, you know, the next day, I was in cosmetology at school at the time. The next day, my phone is just blowing up, and it's from his number, and I'm going, why is he calling me? Like, he knows I can't talk right now because I'm in school. And I finally, like, after maybe about 34th time, the phone rang, and I said, something's got to be wrong, you know? So I pick up the phone, and it was his partner telling me that he died. He's like, guess what? And I was like, what? And he's like, Oscar died. And I was like,
that's not first off, not a guess what.
Well, there's like a language barrier, so I think maybe that was kind of like his way of, you know, saying
easing you into it.
Right. I don't know, but you know, he was basically like Oscar died, and I was just like, what the, like, I was floored. And because I mean, I literally just talked to him, and this was at the time that like the bird flu and all that weird shit was happening, you know. And so I'm going, well, you know, you're asking yourself all these questions. Like
how?
What happened? I just talked to this person. Like, you know, I think it was SARS, I think, that was going on or something. But I was just like, I literally just talked to him last night. Like, we made plans to go out this weekend. Like, he was fine. He had a little bit of a cold, but like, he was good. Like, what the hell happened? Like, how do we go from that to this? And I mean, I was shook, and you know, for me, it was just like, you know, it was crazy. I mean, unfortunately, I've dealt with, I don't want to say a lot, maybe not as much death as a lot of other people have, but I've dealt with my fair share, and it definitely took its toll, for sure. You know, I mean, I lost my grandmother, and then within 2 years of her passing, my grandfather died. And then, you know, a couple of years after that, not even a couple of years after that, my other grandfather passed away. And that was so sudden because nobody saw it coming.
Mm-hmm.
It was like my grandmother was talking to him. He said, "Oh, I'm going to go in the room and wait for the nurse to come." And the nurse gets there maybe 10 minutes later and he's unconscious.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, and this is why I guess for me it goes back to like I value life and like just it's hard because it's like there are people and don't get me wrong. I have days where I'm like, bro, this is hard. Like, bro, it'd be so easy to just end it all. Like,
Yeah.
fuck all this. But I'm just like, I can't. Like, I just can't. Because, again, I just, like you said, it's going to affect people. But again, I'm selfish. I'm not going to get no the fucking satisfaction.
Yeah. See, it's, again, for me, it's not even about me.
Mm-hmm.
It is legitimately about, and I've been this way for many years, and it's always been about those around me that I care about and how deeply they would be affected. I mean, I showed you, I think I discussed with you guys that one of the girls that I knew from my previous job killed herself about 2 months ago. And I was just shook. I mean, I wasn't like super good friends with her, but I knew her. We had spoken and whatnot. And it just took everybody by surprise. And I cried like a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized like, that's when it really hit me how deeply those kind of things like suicide really affect the people around you. And because yes, you're putting yourself out of whatever misery it is that you're going through, but those that are around you that really love and care about you, like they're the ones that are left there holding the pieces. Like I said, I know that if I were to do something like that, you guys would be terribly affected because we've all developed a close bond with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know my sister and my mom would be terribly affected. Like, there are people around me that I know would be devastated. Their lives would literally never be the same.
Yeah, but I will say it's interesting that like there are certain countries, cultures that like suicide is actually looked at as not a good thing, but like if you've lived your course, you've lived your life, like there's programs where you can basically do an assisted suicide.
Yeah. I mean, I know that in this country it is becoming a lot more acceptable, and there are certain states where it is legal to do so. But I know in other countries, like they actually have programs and things in place where you have to get like a psychological evaluation, a medical evaluation to determine, is this a psych issue that we can treat, or is this person really in a position where there's no quality of life, or their quality of life would just be better off if we allowed them to end things.
Well, it wouldn't be a quality of life anymore because they're dead. So like,
well, yes, but it's like 80-year-old grandpa.
Yeah.
He can't drive. He can't do anything for himself. He's sitting in this assisted living facility where he sees his kids once every like 6 months.
And he's miserable.
He's right. He's miserable. He's unhappy. And he's just like, what? I'd rather go out on my terms than like drooling on myself sitting in a nursing home alone. Or I have cancer and I'm dying anyways.
It's terminal. Like, let's just
right. Like, this is not getting better.
Yeah, I could definitely see for me, say I got like cancer or something, and it's like, bro, you got 2 years to live, and the last year is about to be like terrible, and you're like, I'd rather just like, nah, y'all about to nah. And for me, that's when I'm like, again, I was kind of talking earlier about like my funeral. It's like, nah, we having a good old goodbye party.
Yeah.
And we gonna do the stuff, and we're gonna get drunk, and we're gonna laugh, talk, and cries and all the stuff. But then like I'm not about to put anybody through that.
Right.
And it's like, look, it's been real. We gonna do a shot, pour one out for me into my throat, and then I'm gonna be like, okay, cool. Like I'll see y'all in a few years when you ready, or whatever.
Right.
And
I just suicide just never was like a thought for me. Like for me, I've always like kind of wished I could at least like talk to people, that's felt that way. Cause I'm like I said, I get it. It's fucked up. Like I get it. Like I understand. Like life is fucked up, and I don't know what the fuck you're going through. But son, I promise you, it's get better. But for me, I say I understand because when I would get in I guess a similar mindset,
Yeah.
I'm not one for hurting myself, but fucking up a whole bunch of other people that I don't know. Yeah.
What we are not doing is going on a rampage.
But I think that's why
Sounds
you have a lot
delicious.
of people that do things like Columbine situations.
Child.
And, what's the one with the kid that went and shot up, that church in, I think it was like Alabama or something.
I mean,
like
there was
that.
one recently near San Antonio where
He shot at the kids.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. It's like
Yeah, I ain't gonna
this
fuck
is
up no
becoming
kids.
well. Yes,
Well,
what I'm saying.
I'm not accusing you of that, but what I'm saying is I think that's what
No, I just had to
we're-
let that be known.
Oh,
Shit.
okay.
But no, again, we're talking about death. That is something that is becoming, unfortunately, normalized in society. It's like
Yeah.
I'm like there was, several school shootings in this year alone, and we are just now starting the school season. Like the fuck. And so it's just, again, like you said, it is a psych issue for me. And again, there are certain political things and agendas and mindsets that are pushed on a certain impressionable young, pink meat, and they do stupid shit like that. I'm sorry. When was the last time y'all saw a headline that a black person shot up a school?
I mean,
I'm not saying it doesn't happen. When was the last time it happened?
you don't, but I mean, you had the was it something sniper who was a black person.
The DC sniper.
Yeah.
Wasn't that back in like 1990
I'm
something?
just saying.
I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but nine times out of
Hold on. The DC sniper was a black sniper, but he was also an ex-cop that was pissed off because they was doing other bullshit in the police force. So he took it out. He just
No, that was a different person.
Okay.
You're thinking about a different person.
Okay. Look, that's why. Look, I was asking. I was
Yeah,
asking.
but that guy was black too. That guy was black too.
But I wouldn't be surprised if they had similar motives.
I think each culture has its way of dealing with things. I mean, the unfortunate thing is in the black community and in a lot of ethnic communities, because it's not just the black community, it's the Hispanic community, it's a lot of communities where we do not deal with mental health issues. You don't talk about it. It's seen as a sign of weakness. You sweep it under the rug. Oh yeah, that's just auntie so-and-so. She a little crazy. But don't nobody address the fact that auntie, whomever is like schizophrenic. She ain't just a little crazy. Like, she has some serious issues. We just don't address them. We sweep it under the rug and pretend like it's not happening. And that's the problem in our society, is that, we unfortunately stigmatize mental health.
Yeah.
And it creates a bad, it creates just a bad situation. It doesn't matter who you are, white, black, purple. Because the thing
Not purple.
I'm just saying, I think that even with, as you say, pink people, whatever, like, I think even with them, if mental health was less stigmatized and these thoughts and these feelings were less stigmatized, maybe these folks would have another outlet and would go about things a different route.
Then let me go shoot up a school.
I'm pissed off and I'm going to go shoot up the school. I'm going to go kill my parents. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go do that.
Yeah.
They would be more comfortable with like, let me talk to somebody about this crazy shit that I'm thinking right now.
Because, like, honestly, like, if we're talking real tea, like, one of my favorite shows, Star Trek, Next Gen, there is literally a whole ship's counselor. And I'm like, I would love, if I was running the fucking world, every human being, mandatory, once a week counseling every week. Just, again, even if you don't think you got shit going on, cool, let's just kiki, let's talk about the shit that you don't have going on, because there might be something that you're suppressing, pushed you down. I just think it would be fucking wonderful.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know, because here come the Republicans. Well, who gonna pay for it? I'm just thinking
Everything's not about money.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, who's gonna pay for that funeral?
Of all the children.
For all the children, or
Exactly.
the grandma and grandpa, or mom and dad who then got killed because somebody did not
had a bad day.
Issue.
Yeah.
When we had an opportunity to address this issue.
Yeah.
And I think that's the bigger thing is we spend so much time stigmatizing things that shouldn't be stigmatized, like sex, like illness, like death, like like mental illness, like death, like these things that they're hard to deal with, so we just sweep them under the rug and pretend like and bury our heads in the sand, essentially. And unfortunately, because we do that, it creates an even bigger problem.
Yeah.
You know, it's the bottom line of it is talk about shit.
And that's why we got this podcast to talk about the shit. But I hope you both know that I love you both. You know, I love y'all differently because, you know, one of you's a nigga and one of you's a bitch. Like, it's just, I love y'all differently. But, you know.
One has an Audi.
What?
So one has an E and one has an Audi.
Not an Audi.
Yeah, you know, lock and key, you know, socket and, you know.
The birds and the bees, honey,
exactly.
okay.
Yeah.
But, you know, just, you know, we've been talking about some morbid shit. If either one of y'all need to talk, I'm here. But I hope we remember that if I die, I want to be buried in a full mink coat and I want fucking confetti out of my urn every hour on the hour.
You gonna get ghost confetti, that's all.
I mean, I be getting ghost nuts from certain people, but we're not gonna talk about that.
You ain't creeping me out in my house. None of them ashes, if that's what I got to look forward to. I ain't getting scared in my house. I be like, fuck that, we blessing the whole house and throwing your shit away.
Look, in the middle of this. What the fuck?
I'm gonna roll up to this dude's house and knock, and drop the box on the door and leave. All you gonna see is
oh no! If I come to my door,
you're like this, bitch. Don't call me. I'm not answering the phone.
Ma'am, you have just become a porch ornament. You will be here for Halloween, my best decoration.
I want no parts of it.
Look, man, if on Halloween, I'm gonna have it set for every 30 seconds.
And shit. No, I'm good.
But until next time, bye.